EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the fastest rising cities in the U.S., the capital city of Austin, Texas. Straight ahead, a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one.
Between the Houston Oilers and the Austin Armadillos. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
They'll begin here with Adams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
16 yards, a first down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7. Herbert now.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
They went for the deep shot early, and that's fine, but I don't think it was the right target to throw it to. You had 3 other guys sprinting downfield, and I thought 2 of them were open. Could have avoided an interception there by attacking a different player in coverage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Now Richardson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco.
And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's to the 15.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race inside the 20. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Here's Herbert. Being chased out left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And that's complete to Adams. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And taken right on the 30. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to the air with Richardson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession, as they've got it looking at a 4th down and 2. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And this one will be brought back to the 22. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. There, Richardson back to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now Richardson, he's going to keep it. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Armadillos are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes our score 17-0. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now he'll let it go deep right side. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the deep.
He's got a man, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Richardson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Give him 32 on the play.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Richardson looking to throw this.
The quick slant caught. And give him a full 10 yards there. 2nd and goal. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Armadillos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the route is on here in this first half.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10.
And a short pickup to about the 25.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, this is Adams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Again, here's Adams. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and pick up the 1st down with Adams. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Andre Sisco. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Herbert. Sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
He may go.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And now here is another interception.
Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A final shot before the half. Richardson.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there as time expires in the first half.
And the Armadillos will extend their lead on the final play of the half. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Well, more problems defensively. The face mask adds 15 yards.
And this has really been an undisciplined team. We've seen them make a lot of mistakes similar to this. It's a big reason why they're down so big on the scoreboard.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10.
Now Richardson, he's going to keep it running right.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Here's Brown on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here. But that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a fourth down.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
2nd and 10.
A run up the middle, Adams.
And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
3rd and 8.
Here's Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On third down, Herbert. And now here is another interception. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The 8.
Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Armadillos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Herbert.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Once more, Adams on first down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. On second down, here's Herbert. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete.
It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
They snap it to Herbert, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
He finds his man, complete. That's Gregory. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Austin. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how...
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Armadillos are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the 2nd down and 6. Looking to throw. Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Herbert on 1st down now. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling.
And my goodness, another interception. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now it's Richardson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the 4th quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they be?
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you get deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level and what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Herbert. And now here is another interception. Excellent move by Langford. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Richardson looking to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter and a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're...
And my goodness, another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Slant to Adams. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Looking to throw. Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion. And how would you assess how the secondary is played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On first down, it's Herbert. From the left side, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On first down, Justin Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Herbert back to the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
They need 12 here. It's third down.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
Got a man. It's Tyquan Thornton.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
One last throw here for Herbert.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.